What's going on, everyone? This is Jordan with Conquer Trading and Investing, and we got a very exciting episode ahead of us where we're going to look at a lot of interesting stuff. We're going to be ready for both, and we're only going to trade what is happening. I want to break down for you what is happening right now in front of us. Most importantly and interesting is this chart here of the S&P 500. We're also going to take a look at the NASDAQ, the Dow, and a lot of other interesting macro news and charts. And we're going to take a look at the S&P right now. We're going to take a look at today's price action. We're going to take a look at how we positioned ourselves and what we're looking for next. But first, I would like to share with you what we have over here. This is the first wave still of the COVID infections, and we're looking at astronomical numbers over here. They just keep rising. Now, the worry is what happens if we have a second double hit scenario. Focusing over here on this line over here, focusing on the reddish pink line, which is the most optimal case priced in. That's what's kind of priced in right now. Markets are priced for perfection. If we have a double hit scenario, then world trade should drop significantly. That's the light blue line over there at the bottom. That's where it looks like we're headed. But the thing is, that's where it looks like we're headed. But the thing is right now we're still in that first wave of infections. We haven't even hit the second wave, which if it's coming, should be around this fall. Now, before we get into some of the important technical levels, I want to share with you, when we mentioned World War III and how it has possibly started right now. Listen, be informed of all sides. Be informed of all sides and take with it what makes you form your opinion in what you believe to be the best, most informed way. But do consider all information.
World War III, I think, is already underway. In fact, it looks so different from any other form of warfare we have ever experienced that we do not recognize it even as it is happening. But it raises the most important question of all. Who is this war actually directed against? Who is the enemy in this war? And the answer may surprise you. As I talk about in that article, I say, even as I type, the troops are being deployed in country after country. And who are they pointing their guns at? Their fellow countrymen. Cyber warfare operations are being waged right now to knock out enemy communication systems and to label all enemy transmissions as disinformation. But who is being targeted in all of this? Citizen journalists and conspiracy realists. Political destabilization campaigns are being waged, but the attackers are the Democratic Party, caught rigging their own primaries, and the establishment press, trying to undermine political decisions made by referenda, and the academic establishment, rallying opposition against democratically selected governments in the supposedly free world. And whereas just a few months ago, protests and demonstrations were so pervasive all around the globe that I dedicated an entire column to the phenomenon, now country after country is declaring gatherings of more than 10 people to be illegal. Well, obviously we've moved on from that paradigm, but you get where we were. Time and time again, we find that the war that is being waged is a war by government, military, financial, and corporate power against the masses of humanity that would oppose them. This is the true nature of World War III. It is being waged right now, and in the eyes of the authoritarians, we are the enemy. An incredibly important point. Yes, World War III is underway, and it is a war by the authoritarians, the oligarchs, the would-be rulers and controllers of society against free humanity, or whatever is left of the dregs of once free humanity.
All we're doing is just getting more and more deeper into that war now. Now you can barely leave your house. Now you can barely travel. You need permission. You have to have certain injections. That sort of a thing. So the war is actually with you, but you don't have to be totally enslaved under it like myself. And this is going to be a big part of what we talk about at the Dollar Vigilante Summit, which is coming up in just a couple of days, July 1st and 2nd. A lot of stuff on how to live free, be a professional traveler, prior taxpayer.
That, by the way, is not a paid advertisement. That's something that I just want to share with you because, listen, above all, I believe in freedom and I believe in, us preparing ourselves and creating the future that we need to have. So there is some interesting information. Listen, if that was actually a live conference, if they were having the conference live as they normally do in February down in Acapulco, Mexico, I would be attending. But being that this is a online event, if you're interested in learning about any of that information shared, that might be a resource you're interested in. It's not an affiliate link or anything like that. I'm always, whether there's an affiliate link or not, just trying to point you to the best information and or service. If it's something that I use as well, I share it with you. I don't know that I will be attending the conference or not, but it's something that I'm interested in, wanted you to look at it. Here we are now, S&P 500 fighting the battle here for the trend line we looked at over the weekend. Now, over the weekend, as we did our weekly analysis, everyone was kind of in disbelief that we could trade up today. Here we are, New York session. We're coming towards the afternoon, and price is now up 1%. Now, this morning, we were looking at getting short over here, as price made a lower low as we were coming into that trend line over here, because a break of that trend line would lead to a further extension down towards the 29.72 horizontal support and trend line support also coming down in that same area. We did hold the area before leaving the live stream. We talked about if we were to go ahead and make a higher high, you gotta, even though you're getting whipsawed over here, you gotta be on the right side of the market. You have to take the long over there. Everyone, you should be positioned long right now if you are in the equity markets. But again, if we lose this trend line, make sure then you know there's going to be an extension at least down to the 29.72 support. Probably you want to be positioned for that move as well, just in case the support breaks and then we really start catching up to reality. Then we're going to see perhaps a really big prolonged move, as the sellers will be in control, as they will. But right now, that's not what's happening. Right now, you should be buying over here, coming down off the support, resuming off of it. When I say you should be buying off of it, this is the way that when I'm sharing my analysis, it's to help you against your own, right? It's simply to help you against your own. Sharing my analysis with you helps me. Therefore, by you receiving the value for it, it's then to compare and against your own analysis and make your own decisions. That's how it works. So that's what we're looking at right now. By the way, what else are we looking at? We're looking at the dollar over here at a pretty critical point. It's pulled back into this 97.60 resistance right over here, right? So you could look for this resistance to hold, for price then to come off, and then for that weak dollar to persist. But if we do break above here, specifically during London or New York tomorrow towards the upside, expect further dollar strength, and it should come pretty strong. If we get above this double top over here, if we get above last week's highs, 97.70, expect some follow through. Right now, though, we're looking for the resistance first to hold and price resume downwards. Bitcoin following now the markets. We looked at Bitcoin earlier, it was down, the markets were up, then both were down, and now you're looking at Bitcoin trading up. It continues to hold the 9100 support level. It continues to consolidate. Very, very, very bullish price action here, leading to the beginning of the start of the bull market, the break of 10,400. What are we going to see as far as what else? There was one other thing, gold. Let's take a look at gold also. Gold maintaining that breakout over here. Look at that, consolidating above the breakout over here. It is very close to perhaps making another leg up, challenging first 1,800, and if it breaks that, it is only $100 off all-time highs. Watch gold and silver continue to be very, very, very bullish. We talk about every day that you should only be looking to position yourselves in either one of those if that's what you're interested in off of support levels. Bitcoin is the big play. Bitcoin is the big play. We didn't look at the NASDAQ, so let's do that. Here's the NASDAQ. And, you're watching the 3-day time frame right now. You're viewing the 3-day time frame. And you can see that going back to that, we are kind of in a consolidation phase right now. We are in a consolidation phase as we enter the summer. Will we have a breakdown? during the summer months right over here? It's quite possible. This Thursday's non-farm payroll print is a big one. Let's watch how the market reacts over there going into the weekend. But I'm looking, and I continue to look for this risk on to continue throughout the week. So maybe we are able to come up, and then maybe, let's just see what happens. When we don't go straight up, we don't go straight down. Here's a look at the Dow, and you can see also over here, as it came into that support, it's so far bouncing. Now, if it loses this area, then watch out. The next bit of supply comes down much, much, much lower. All right, let's round this out, taking a look at some charts. Here's the FANG stocks today, looking at the rebound. I know that everyone thought we were crazy that support would hold. So far here, it is holding. You're looking at Tesla was able to reclaim the $1,000 level reportedly off a tweet by Elon Musk. Have to take a look at that. Looking at the Bloomberg dollar index, you could see here the dollar testing this resistance over here. Looks like if it gets above this resistance, we could see some dollar strength. Did we see today dollar strength on top of the S&P and gold and Bitcoin rising? We'll have to take a look at that in just a second. Here is Bitcoin. You can see Bitcoin again holding that 9,100 level over here. You could see Bitcoin now challenging the upper resistance of the range, getting ready here to start what is going to be the bull market. Just for perspective, S&P closed up at 1.5%. DXY, the dollar index, was unchanged. Gold up a little bit. Bitcoin up about 0.5%. So we had S&P, we had risk on, we had the dollar unchanged on the day, but we did have Bitcoin and gold up. Interesting, 3 out of the 4 moving upwards right now, 3 out of the big 4. That's a look at the markets, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Looking forward to sharing more with you tomorrow morning. I'll talk to you all half hour before the markets open. I'll see you as we go live.